Hi guys, dan selamat kembali ke Studio Sembang bersama saya Amelia. In the house today, we have a very exciting guest/friend. We have Nia Atasha, also known as Sleepylllama on Instagram.
Hello.
And beliau merupakan seorang model, pelakon, artis. How do you say artist? Bukan artis macam selebriti. Selebriti juga, tapi artis as like a...
Kan?
How do you say artist? Pelukis.
Tapi,
But it's not just pelukis.
Artis. Jinx. Okay.
Artis and juga usahawan. And so, yeah.
Okay.
Of course. So I'm very excited to have you with us.
Thank you. Same, likewise.
Yeah. And also a friend of mine. So kita dah kenal berapa tahun?
Sejak...
Banyak tahun, babe.
Sejak 2018, 2019. Masa kita pergi Bangkok tu.
Sebelum tu pun kita dah kenal.
Tapi Bangkok really made us macam
closer together, right? And then dekat Bangkok kita ada buat temu janji. Because actually Nia is super talented at art, which is apa yang I tak boleh nak translate sampai sekarang But not just fine art, but also like pottery, ceramics, all of these things that you do. And I dah lama dah nak minta masa dia untuk belajar benda ni dengan dia. Tapi masalahnya masing-masing busy. Itulah industri kita. Kita terpaksa
Susah nak cari time yang free untuk buat benda yang kita suka.
So anyways, hari ni kita nak deep dive. Kita nak find out macam mana Nia jadi Nia yang kita semua kenal hari
Alamak.
ni. So untuk
Takut.
dapat tahu benda tu, Takut? Tak lah, tak yalah takut.
Okay.
Okay. Jahat je. Tapi untuk dapat tahu macam mana Nia boleh sampai dekat kedudukan Nia sekarang, kita kena bermula dari momen yang paling awal, which is your childhood.
Alamak.
So, Nia, how was your childhood?
My childhood, nak start kat mana? Daripada I lahir ke? Tak lah.
Lahir dekat mana?
Okay, born and bred betul-betul dekat KL. Saya dibesarkan di Ceras. So saya budak Ceras.
Ooh.
Shout out Ceras, cik lah, bangga.
Ceras represent.
Ceras represent. Sebab I tak ramai kawan daripada Ceras.
Oh, ya ke?
Semana-mana I pergi mesti macam Ampang, Wati, PJ. Tapi jarang sangat nak jumpa orang daripada Ceras. So Ceras.
And now that you mention it, I tak rasa I pernah ada conversation ni dengan siapa-siapa yang macam I'm from Ceras. So maybe you are my first like proper like Ceras friend. I ada seorang kawan yang tapi dia pindah ke Ceras lepas dia datang KL.
Tapi
so, tak
nak
kira
kenal orang dari Ceras tak ramai. Tak ramai,
So,
memang tak ramai.
Ceras sebenarnya kalau you pergi ada Nia je. Tak ada benda lain dekat Ceras.
Population Nia.
Nia
saja. So I was born and raised dekat Ceras. Yalah, I've been in Ceras all my life. So apa lagi I tak pandai nak cerita pasal diri I.
Okay, so time you kecil, you nak jadi apa sebenarnya? Apa cita-cita you?
Cita-cita I is to be an artist. Tapi bukan artis yang pelakon selebriti, tapi artis yang melukis ataupun buat pottery or ceramic, benda-benda macam tu. Because memang dari kecil I minat. I minat seni. Seni has always been with me daripada I pandai pegang pensel.
Really?
Kalau awak tanya mak saya kan, memang I akan conteng je dinding.
Ya ke?
Ya. Dulu rumah lama dekat Ceras tu, memang the wall is penuh dengan lukisan I.
Sebenarnya kan, I rasa untung gila your mom sebenarnya. Sebab dia ada macam tak payah bayar. Sekarang kalau nak bayar untuk orang datang rumah untuk catkan dinding tu mahal, babe.
Ya, tapi sebab tu lah sekarang ada catnya macam kalau budak-budak lukisan boleh lap je kan?
Boleh lah.
I
Dulu
rasa
tak ada.
So mak I macam
serabut sikit. Faham?
But I've always been an artistic person growing up. Memang dari kecil lagi.
Your family ada siapa-siapa tak yang artis macam you?
Not really. Sebab okay, that's the thing. Macam growing up, I think I'm the only one yang super into art. My sister is into art juga. Tapi macam my family memang matematik, education, tak pun masak. Like everyone's just very
more like science stream.
Science. It's very science or very culinary. I growing up I tak pandai masak. Sekarang pun macam boleh lah. But my mom, my dad, my sister memang pandai masak. And I think that's the most artistic that they are.
Yeah.
You know. And the toughest part about being seorang yang artistic growing up, yang suka conteng dinding, conteng apa yang boleh conteng dia akan conteng, is mak I tak faham benda tu.
Yeah.
Dia tak faham macam kenapa I minat sangat benda ni sampai dia pun macam pening.
Ya, faham.
Pening macam Allah, you kenapa tak boleh nak suka matematik?
Kenapa tak sama macam kita orang?
Ya, kenapa tak
nak masak?
Ya, kenapa tak nak macam okay. When I was in Form 3, dah habis Form 3 nak masuk Form 4, Form 5 kan kena pilih aliran. So obviously mak ayah saya nak masuk. My mom lah, my dad tak kisah. My dad's very artistic and supportive in his own way. Tapi my mom macam kalau boleh nak masuk science ke, accountancy ke. So I really wanted to do art stream. So kita ada macam this one negotiation, my negotiation, di mana I macam, okay, Tasha, I call myself Tasha. Tasha masuk art stream, tapi Tasha akan tambah subjek. Tasha ambil tasawuf Islam, Tasha ambil perdagangan. Lepas tu Tasha ambil, what's that one more thing I took There was one more subject, I tak ingat subjek apa.
Tak apa, it's okay. I pun tak ingat sebenarnya belajar apa.
So sebab I ambil those extra stuff macam perdagangan tu, I macam okay lah, go art stream, go. But I've memang dari kecil memang suka
lebih ke arah seni lah.
Lebih ke arah seni,
science. So that's the thing. Tapi last bila you masuk UiTM, you belajar graphic design.
Okay, ada cerita tu sebenarnya.
Okay,
kenapa
so macam
graphic?
mana dia boleh
Okay, I nak ambil fine art.
Okay. Fine
art. Tapi I think during a time masa growing up tu, seni for our parents is still something yang macam
terlalu baru.
Macam you tak nampak what career you boleh buat daripada situ. Sebab bila cakap seni je, pelukis je, obviously parents kita yang old school akan fikir macam, you nak jadi pelukis jalanan ke? You know macam mana ada stable income?
Macam mana
nak survive? So how I counter balik is, okay, I ambil graphic design. At least graphic design, I boleh diserap masuk company.
Betul.
At least a company can hire me and I can just design for them lah apa-apa.
Ya, ada masa depan yang corporate juga.
Ada lah masa depan yang corporate. So macam, mak I pun macam, okay lah.
Lepas negotiation. Kena pergi nego betul-betul.
You know, I love my mom.
Oh.
I love my mom so much sebab I know I'm not the easiest daughter to raise. Sebab nakal. I memang nakal. Mak I pernah cerita yang masa I kecil, I suka macam lari-lari. Lepas tu I akan slide on the floor sambil jilat macam macam tu. That's how much.
Kalau tak ceritakan benda ni, tak ada siapa yang boleh percaya dalam dunia ni. Nia Atasha supermodel, sebenarnya perangai dia begitu.
I kena cerita sebab that's how much my mom macam nakal.
Okay,
nakal.
faham.
I'm a very mischievous, naughty girl.
Yeah.
So that's how nakal I was. So when I say I love my mom, I know how much it took for her to raise me. Sebab I am naughty and I can be very stubborn. Lepas tu macam I know a lot of things that I want to do in life tak align dengan apa dia nak for me. So that's why macam kena negotiate.
Faham?
Kena negotiate.
Kena power lah bab negotiation tu.
Boleh lah.
Yeah.
Boleh lah.
Tapi I'm sure without a doubt, kalau your mom looks at where you are now, she must be so incredibly proud of you.
I hope so. She never says it.
Yeah.
Because she's a very reserved woman.
Yeah.
But I know she is. I hope. Mama, if you're watching this, because I know she always watch.
Yeah. Hi auntie.
Hi
Lain
Ma.
kali auntie kena datang juga. Nanti kita interview your mom sekali.
Nanti dia spill all the tea.
I nak tahu lagi cerita pasal budak ni yang macam lari-lari sambil sliding sambil jilat. Macam lari-lari. So cute. Okay, tapi sebelum you belajar graphic design tu, I'm assuming time tu memang cita-cita you masih nak jadi seorang artist.
Yes.
Right? Tapi sebelum tu you dah start macam termasuk dalam this bidang modelling. Macam mana benda tu jadi untuk you ni? Sebelum you masuk UiTM lagi, I rasa you dah start modelling kan? So macam mana benda tu terjadi? Macam mana you terjebak dalam dunia modelling?
Dia sangat tiba-tiba. Dia memang tiba-tiba. Sebab okay, first growing up kat sekolah, I memang tomboyish. Memang rambut pendek most of my school life. Memang rambut pendek macam boy. Lepas tu nak dijadikan cerita, I had my first boyfriend. I had my first boyfriend at 17 and I dah start simpan rambut. So nampak feminin sikit lah. Cantik sikit lah katanya kan.
Cantik sikit tu bukan perkataan yang boleh dipakai dalam satu sentence dengan nama Nia Atasha.
Tak, betul.
Cantik sangat, okay.
Kalau you tengok gambar I dulu macam, ya Allah, selekeh budak ni, selekeh sangat. I tengok balik pun macam, wow, I really thought I was cool.
Ada orang yang akan cakap selekeh, ada orang yang cakap high fashion editorial.
Selekeh.
I tak sure.
100% selekeh.
Kita kena tengok gambar ni sebelum kita buat keputusan macam mana nak judge dia. Okay, I tak bagi you judge.
Nanti keluar kat sini.
Nanti kita keluar kat tengah sana.
Okay, so when I had my first boyfriend, of course dah start jadi feminine sikit. So, and then you start learning how to dress up, how to look pretty. And then one day, I think I posted a selfie or maybe the number of selfies yang dipostkan tu caught the attention of this fashion writer. So there was a fashion writer from 17 magazine that approached me through Twitter.
Oh.
Twitter. So dia macam, hi, would you be interested nak buat like a beauty shoot or beauty spread for the magazine? I macam, interesting. Sebab time tu baru lepas SPM. tak ada kerja nak buat. Macam okay lah, boleh lah, cubalah. So I went for my first shoot. Magazine tu keluar, I shared it on Facebook, and I think people kind of assume I model. So dapatlah job sikit-sikit, tolong assignment kakak lah, tolong friends, and then I do small jobs. And then when I was studying kat UiTM dulu, I needed the money. So I take up these jobs really sebab nak duit je. Tapi after a while, when you dah start buat job ataupun shoot yang best, jadi macam suka.
Sebenarnya minat juga.
Sebenarnya minat juga sebab modelling for me is a form of artistic expression juga.
It is. Yeah.
So yeah.
I think kalau tak silap lah, macam I think dalam banyak-banyak entertainment streams yang ada, contohnya macam you boleh jadi podcaster, you boleh jadi YouTuber, you boleh jadi pelakon, tapi modelling adalah yang paling dekat dengan art, macam mana you belajar, because you're creating images, right?
Yeah, and it's with your body, mind and soul. Because you're creating images. It's not like you are the medium is of course the camera.
Yeah.
But you're also a medium. So that's why benda tu macam very close to me. That's why I enjoy it. Sebab I wonder what kind of poses yang I boleh buat, what kind of pictures, what kind of emotions I can put into it.
Yeah. Faham? So bila switch dia sebenarnya dari segi macam apa yang you nak kejar dengan your life, dari permulaannya art kepada modelling. When did that actually shift for you?
I jujur cakap kan, I pun tak pasti kat mana that shift happen. Sebab modelling really took off while I was studying. Well, so bila dah habis study tu, I just kept it going. And it just kept going sampai sekarang.
Like sampai sekarang?
Sampai sekarang.
Yeah.
I adalah terfikir macam, okay, I nak, not to say stop, tapi nak sambung degree, nak sambung belajar. Tapi I just never had the time. Busy.
Faham?
I just got so busy that, you know what? Tak apalah, let's just try and see how far I could go.
Yeah.
And here I am kat podcast you.
Walaupun podcast I is just something she's doing, tapi sebenarnya pencapaian dia jauh lagi besar dan jauh lagi impressive dan amazing daripada podcast ni sajalah, babe. Tapi okay, here's the thing that I nak macam tanya you juga. Because mungkin sebab kita lebih kurang sama umur. I remember that time bila you started modelling, it was during a time di mana macam Malaysia kan, kita ada fasa pan-Asian dari segi entertainment kita. Bukan saja dekat commercials and stuff, which is sebenarnya I membesar dalam era pan-Asian. Sebab tu I rasa I sangat bernasib baik. Sebab time tu job memang banyak untuk orang yang rupa macam I. Sebab itu memang masa pan-Asian. Sebab kita buat satu commercial and then dia akan disiarkan bukan saja dekat Malaysia tapi all over Southeast Asia. So dia nak cari rupa yang very very senang untuk masuk dekat semua negara. I don't know. But kita tak tahu pada ketika itu macam mana nak hargai sangat kita punya local talent. And this was true in modelling juga. I remember going for like catwalk shows when I was growing up and stuff during this era, and there was no Malaysian model on the, or even kalau ada, dia macam seorang dua je.
And jarang sangat nak jumpa macam Malay or Indian face. It's either Chinese.
Yes.
No, but like not to be racist, tapi that's just how it was.
That was the reality.
That was the reality, and it's not like a shade ke apa, tapi that's how it was.
Yes, exactly. So I think kalau tak silap, from my very brief exposure as an adult in the modelling industry, you di antara first wave of apa yang kita nampak sekarang. Like when we go for fashion show now, it's super diverse. There are so many Malaysians on it, and you rasa macam wow, adalah representation orang kita dekat kita punya fashion show. But you were one of the first, I think, that I remember seeing, at least when I came back to the industry.
I mean, that's good to know. That's good to know. But I mean, we do have macam Malay models out internationally, but maybe they don't get the kind of exposure
or coverage. Exactly.
And also macam, you know, modelling is a tough job to do if you are a Malaysian, what more Malay. So I feel like a lot of us who are doing very well overseas, it's not something that they can share proudly here. And the difference between, let's say, my seniors and me is that rezeki is that I started modelling during a transitional phase.
Yeah.
Di fasa di mana yang macam orang slow-slow macam nak start to appreciate local faces. At the same time, bukan tu je, it's also a transitional phase daripada traditional way of modelling into the social media age. It was like it was such a big transitional phase. It's not just the local faces, it's also the social media. So I was lucky sebab my career started in that phase. It was hard. It was really hard sebab, one, people might think I'm tall, but I'm short wherever I go. Wherever I go, I am the shortest. There's a whole line of 6-foot models, Nia. You know, where every single casting I went to, I'm short. I don't know how. I get a lot of rejections for my height, obviously. Tapi, of course, there are people yang macam, they look at me, okay, we can give her a shot, let's see. So, I don't know. I macam, kadang-kadang I macam tak percaya. Serious lah, I'm a model. And I think 4 or 5 years doing modelling, it was so hard to call myself a model sebab I really didn't feel like I layak. Sebab I don't have the height. I'm not a size 0. You know.
Imposter syndrome lah.
Yeah, it's tough because I macam, I do model, but I don't know if I'm like typically like the model because every casting I go to is like these Pan-Asian faces and they're super tall and super skinny, and then there's me. And it's not just in Malaysia, like when I model outside pun macam tu, like when I shoot for big campaigns or jobs or magazines, you can't help but feel like macam, pendeknya. Pendeknya. For context, I'm only 5'7", 171 cm.
I baru nak tanya you sebab bila you cakap you pendek, mungkin orang kat luar mungkin tak seberapa boleh tangkap industry modelling punya standard of pendek. We're the same height. Actually, you're slightly taller than me, I think.
But we're about the same, yeah.
We're about the same height. I'm also 5'7", tapi her 5'7" is taller lah. Tadi kita buat TikTok, I'm like, she's taller than me. But I remember when I first started modelling, I got told I was 2 things, fat and short everywhere that I went. Yes.
You? Faham. Faham.
Everywhere that I went. Because kita macam, especially time tu when I first started modelling, which is maybe around the same time as you, except I didn't make it at all. You did. It's totally different. Tapi around that time, I just remembered that being the constant narrative sebab kita semua nak macam capai industry standard yang udah ditetapkan oleh industri-industri yang lagi maju dari kita overseas, which were actually very regressive with their values of diversity and stuff like that. So how was that for you in terms of being a young woman untuk cuba nak cipta identity you sendiri, your own relationship with yourself in an industry yang your rupa is so important and it's like your whole self, and orang when you become a model, it's like you almost, macam mana nak cakap dengan cara yang paling sensitif, it's like you're there and you have no choice but to let people judge you based off what you look like.
Because that's part of the job.
Yes.
My job is to constantly be judged.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. And this is one thing yang I rasa orang tak faham what it's like being a model. Macam, okay, you stand, you be pretty, you get to wear all the good clothes, but at the same time, you're putting yourself out there physically to be judged as how you are physically. And that's not easy. And in being in this macam cutthroat industry di mana macam designers ke, stylists ke, photographers will just openly say macam, you dah gemuk I rasa you kena lose kat sini sikit You know, but that's the thing. You, as much as you want to fight it, you gotta respect it. You gotta respect the industry in a way yang macam, yes, this is very traditional. It's very old school. Macam you have to be 6 kaki. You have to be 30 kilo. You know? Tapi macam you gotta also understand macam fashion is seni. Fashion is art. So the clothes you wear or the designers are the artists. And the designer has a vision for how they want their art to be displayed. You know, that's just how it is. That's just how much we gotta respect it. It's a hard concept for me to grasp earlier macam, sebab I pendek je tak dapat job ni. Sebab I muka Melayu je tak dapat job ni. You bitter. Tapi macam, as an artist, I get it. I get why some designers, they really want that 6-foot alien looking size 0 because that's the art, that's the image that they've created for their brand or for that baju. You know, of course we have designers now yang macam, okay, they're more body positive, which is good because in the end of the day, you nak jual baju kat siapa?
Bukan dekat alien lah.
Bukan dekat alien kan, kau nak jual dekat rakyat biasa. And this rakyat biasa kena tahu macam this baju will look good on them. Tapi that's why macam, let's say couture is so different from like fashion because it's art. So that's what I meant by like macam, there are certain things that we gotta respect about the industry, macam that certain stereotypes are there because that's just the art that the designer wants to tunjuk. You know, but that doesn't mean there is no place for you. Personally macam, I sedar diri I pendek. I sedar diri yang macam,
masalah dia tak pendek langsung. Dia lagi tinggi daripada 90% population Malaysia.
Kat Malaysia dia tinggi. Tapi macam bila I pergi overseas, it's a whole different game though. I'm short. And I need to first accept the fact that I'm short.
Tapi kejap, bukan ke Kate Moss tu 5'6"?
That's why. So Kate Moss was my inspiration. Kate Moss was my inspiration. 𝘾𝙍𝙍𝙍 was my inspiration. And Devon Aoki was my inspirations. But these are models who are short. Devon Aoki is only 5'3".
Her dad is...
she is a nepo baby.
Yeah, I mean I'm sorry. I was just gonna...
Okay, aside from, being nepo babies, yang tu macam tak dapat nafikan lah. Macam, okay lah, at least they have that advantage.
Yeah.
But they are short. So I just tengok benda tu je. Diorang pendek. And they can still carry baju. They can still walk down the runway. They can still have campaigns even though they're short. It's possible. So why can't it be possible for me? So that has always been my motivation. It's honestly being delusional lah. I am
just a little bit of delulu.
I'm just a little bit delulu. Tapi honestly, being delusional helps for me.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit delusional and I manifest things because I just want to believe yang I boleh.
Yeah.
So it's this macam slight delusional, macam when I talk to my friends about the kind of things I want to achieve. Contoh macam I want to be able to shoot to Chanel the bestnya. Few years down the road, I got a campaign, Macam sometimes when you put your mind and heart into things and you really want to believe that you could, somehow you just start doing things that put you in that direction. But I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm answering your question.
100%.
Okay.
Tak, I sangat suka dengan you cakap because this is a perspective yang I tak pernah dapat pasal the modelling industry. I remember when I started modelling, I felt so resentful.
Sama lah.
Itulah.
I
And
pun
then
ada
after I was
perasaan
resentful for a while, I was like, okay, y'all don't want me. I akan cari benda lain yang I lagi okay nak buat.
Faham.
Yang bukan macam setiap hari I dengar macam benda ni. It's because when you say it's hard, it's really so hard. So
It's hard.
Babe, respect gila dekat you.
It's
because,
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. But I wouldn't say now it's easier, but I would say sekarang, the industry is more forgiving. It's a lot more forgiving, which is good. Sebab when I first started, they weren't as forgiving. So I had to work 10 times as hard as 10 times harder than my other peers. Because diorang dah tak payah fikir pasal baju tu panjang ke, diorang pendek ke, diorang dah tak payah fikir. And diorang dah tak payah fikir macam about their weight, which is great. But I have to think about that constantly. I have to always make sure macam bila I pakai baju ni, I look good.
Yeah.
So I have to work extra hard for that.
Yeah.
And if I don't have the height, maybe I can walk. If I can't walk, maybe I can have the face for it. Macam you just gotta find ways to make things work out for you. At least untuk I lah.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Tapi sekarang, not to say easier, but it's more forgiving.
Yeah.
Now people look macam, okay, you're short. We might have something for you.
Yeah.
Dulu macam you're short. And they give you the face yang macam, So you pun macam,
Yeah.
Macam mana? So it's tough lah. It's tough starting out. But honestly, I think it's the resilience and my delulu behavior yang really helped me out. And also, of course, the people who believed in me. If you work hard enough, if you want it hard enough, and people can see that, they might just give you that chance. And I'm forever grateful for all the people that gave me chances. Kalau tak, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. I think like firstly untuk explainkan lebih untuk orang kat rumah yang mungkin tak pernah pergi untuk any type of modelling experience langsung lah. Baju bila you kena buat macam, especially for runway, there's only one size, babe.
Yeah, sebab dia orang ikut dummy.
Yes, dia orang ikut dummy tu. So basically the reason orang macam imagine yang model kena kurus, it's not because of kena kurus tu. It's actually you kena same size dengan dummy ataupun lagi kecil, so that bila baju tu sarung dekat you,
senang.
Sangat senang.
Dah tak payah nak alter
edit anything.
Tak payah. That's the main reason why they would prefer model size. Sebab macam, okay, at least dia ada standard size, kita ikut siapa muat, okay, walk down the runway. It's basically macam tu lah.
Yeah. Tapi last model size tu tak dijual dekat kedai. Yang dijual kat kedai normal human size. So dia ada macam standard lain untuk benda ni.
Betul.
Tapi satu lagi yang nak cakap pasal you punya level of delulu. I mean, I know we're talking about it as a joke, but I don't think it's delusional at all. I mean, call it whatever you want, manifestation ke apa ke. It's delulu, maybe. Orang akan pandang you macam delulu kalau you nak cakap, you want to go and do a Chanel show. But when you make it happen, were you delusional? Or were you hardworking towards your dream?
I was delusionally happy. Yeah. But it's also because of course, it's because I worked hard for it. Tapi macam, I think delusional tu, dia macam, it's really to say, don't be scared to dream.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. Ada orang macam, tak betul lah. Tak mungkin lah. Takkan lah I nak buat ni, tu ni. Tapi kalau you buat, kalau benda tu jadi, kalau boleh, That's it. It's just, what if it can happen for me? Because I know a lot of us, we have a thought. Lepas tu kita stop that thought halfway sebab kita macam,
tak mungkin kot.
Tak mungkin kot. Sorry, dia kuat berangan pula aku. Tapi I jenis yang berangan yang macam, tapi kan kalau boleh, kalau jadi macam mana? Tapi untuk jadikan itu, I kena buat apa? So I macam find my way to try to see how I can make it happen. So kena ada a bit of delusional. Just a healthy amount.
Tapi every big achievement yang pernah diwujudkan oleh manusia sepanjang sejarah kita dimula dengan satu idea delusional juga.
Macam
tak
nak pergi bulan.
Yes.
Gila kau nak pergi bulan. How?
Delusional lah idea tu. Ataupun you nak cipta kapal terbang. Delusional lah macam mana. So all of these things started with some sort of level of delusion. So I tak sabar nak tengok apa lagi yang dilulu yang you akan capai in your life yang memang luar daripada apa yang orang expect.
Me too.
I'm very excited for you, and I love your mindset. I think it's really very important.
Thanks.
So, okay. Selepas 10 tahun lebih dalam industri lakonan, apa di antara achievement yang you sendiri rasa paling besar? Because bila I Google pasal
you mean industry modeling.
Okay. I cakap apa tadi?
Lakonan.
Lakonan itu next topic. Sis dah terawal pula.
Okay.
Dalam industri modeling, apa di antara achievement yang you rasa paling besar? Sebab bila I research pasal your achievements, dia punya list tu sangat banyak. Obviously Chanel, tapi bukan Chanel saja. You've worked with every single major brand. You've been on every single catwalk in this country. There is tak banyak lagi lah dari segi apa yang this country can offer that you haven't achieved as a model. You're very established. And juga overseas juga, you have representation and you have more plans to go overseas. So apa for you di antara momen-momen kenangan yang paling manis yang you tak boleh lupakan, yang you rasa this is a huge achievement for me?
Wow, susah lah nak jawab.
Kan?
Okay, susah sebab bukan nak cakap macam banyaknya achievement I, bukan. Dia susah sebab macam every single milestone that I've managed to achieve means so much to me, because I know how much I've worked really hard for it. Macam susah nak pilih sebab banyaknya yang macam I wish I boleh share benda tu sebab sangat bermakna. Sangat bermakna untuk I. So kalau nak pilih satu tu memang susah, because macam I cakap tadi, like there are a lot of things that is about me that isn't typical model standard. So to be able to achieve anything at all is a dream come true though. So, and this is cliche and corny, but even being here, being interviewed like this pun dah macam, serious lah Amelia nak interview I, serious.
Jangan lah.
No, tak adalah. Dia macam, you nak cakap pasal apa pasal I, faham tak? Macam,
you tengok berapa panjang I punya notes. Nak cakap apa pasal I. Padahal banyak je yang I terpaksa skipkan disebabkan kita tak cukup masa. You've achieved so much, babe, and it's okay that you have,
Yeah, but it's, to answer that is really hard because there's just so many yang macam I'm really proud of. I'm proud of everything I've done, and tak ada siapa lagi yang boleh be, like, maksud I macam, who else is going to be proud of me if not me?
Yes.
So I am proud of all of my achievements.
Which you should be.
But I do have some memorable ones in a way yang macam memorable sebab tu experience I as a model yang macam wow, tak pernahnya dilayan seperti ini. Which is, I pernah shoot for this one travel magazine which is called Condé Nast. It's like Vogue.
That's incredible. Condé Nast is this one travel magazine, tak sure korang pernah dengar ke tak. Condé Nast is a big deal for reference. It's a huge deal.
So Condé Nast is basically like the Vogue of travel magazines.
Yes.
So
kenapa benda ni macam tak di-report lebih? This is a huge deal.
Okay, maybe it's but I didn't share about it much because the circumstances was that it was a bikini shoot, traveling bikini shoot. Tak adalah bikini sangat. It's just macam kita tengah promote resort. Of course a resort you kat
beach,
pantai, you know, beachwear. Tapi dia bukannya full on bikini pun. Tapi the cover was just a bikini. Nak macam mana? And what I really like about that shoot is kita shoot kat Cambodia tau.
Wow.
Kita shoot kat Cambodia. I tak pernah pergi Cambodia. It's like, this is one of those jobs yang macam I dapat travel overseas. And I'm macam, wow. Oh my God. I mean, diorang cover flight semua, tempat tidur semua. Agency I pun macam, yes. So
crazy kan?
Crazy. So I flew to Cambodia from the airport, nak pergi to this secluded resort, which is a 6-star or 7-star resort.
What, wujud ke 6 and 7 star? I thought
Wujud.
5 star is the maximum.
No,
You die.
5 stars for VIPs is just macam, okay, I layan 6 stars and above. Those
Itu
things,
macam basic.
wujud resort macam ni. And the reason why there's 6, 7 stars is because, okay, from the airport to this location was like a 2-hour drive. So, of course, ada orang datang pick up you dekat airport like a freaking VIP with the board that says Nia.
Wow.
So, you masuk that car and then there's a 2-hour drive. Tapi of course Cambodia, the sights, the sights you get to see. Lepas tu the views, the lifestyle is like wow. Macam Cambodia is like a third world country just like us. Tapi macam their living conditions is not as great as we are. So you're exposed to macam wow, a whole other side of the world. So I duk fikir macam kat mana lah I nak shoot ni kan. I pun tak tahu it's like a resort shoot. So 2 hours drive in, and then that car stopped dekat tengah-tengah hutan. They stopped and they dropped me and this male model. They dropped us kat tengah hutan.
Jungle like lost. Okay, go survive.
Yeah, they dropped us off kat tengah hutan. Lepas tu dia macam, okay, we need you to sign these papers. Which is like waiver, and also the paper says macam, okay, if it has any injuries that happen, blah, 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 like they're not for the... I macam, wish, what is this? And they took my luggage semua in that car and they drove off.
And they just left you there?
Yeah, they just left me and the male model there with this other local Cambodian guy who's like, alright, and he had an Australian accent, okay, it was so weird. It's like, alright, okay, come guys, follow me, we're gonna be hiking up for like another 30-15 more minutes.
You have to hike to go to a 7 star?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
But that's not the best part.
Okay.
So me and the model Jason, we were walking into this hotel macam, I pun dah macam, ish, I'm in a country where I don't know anyone, with a model that I don't know, with this random Cambodian guy who's just bringing me into the woods.
Who might also be Australian, kita tak pasti.
So we were hiking up and then kita sampai this one really tall tower with like stairs yang banyak. Lepas tu dia macam, okay, we gotta go up. So I macam, huh? Yeah, okay, we gotta go up. Okay, so kita pun naik. Kita naik panjat tangga sampai atas. It was like a flying fox punya
No.
thing. This is, okay, I suka sangat cerita experience ni sebab orang tak percaya tau. Tapi benda ni
dia tak
betul.
logic weh. Like,
Tapi benda ni betul. Please tak percaya I.
Okay.
Okay. So, sampai tu flying fox. Like, okay, we're gonna fly fox down. So, he was explaining how this was the third longest flying fox thing in the world, in Asia. And the second longest in Cambodia. Okay. So, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And he said, okay, strap on. Huh? Strap on. So macam, okay, dia dah pakai semua benda tu. Lepas tu,
you had to flying fox the resort.
yes.
Sumpah.
Sumpah. Demi Allah, that's what happened. And it was the most beautiful experience because you fly, Starlight is the third longest in Asia, and you get to fly fox through the hutan. You dapat lalu air terjun ada depan mata. Like, air terjun and you macam, wee. It was crazy. You just go down. Whoosh. I macam on that string like, oh my god, what is happening? And you land betul-betul dekat the lobby. Sumpah demi Allah.
Babe, you tak video ke ni?
Ada video dia.
Okay.
So you land betul-betul dekat lobby. You stop at the lobby and then the staff comes in with a drink like, hello Miss Nia, this is for you. Here's a hot towel. We've checked in your bags already. I macam, wow. Oh my god, where am I? So apa nama resort ni? I'll share the name later. But like it's a beautiful resort in the middle of the hutan. So the story of this resort is that it was bought over by this very famous architect. You know the hand statue in Vietnam? Yang macam that big hand statue. There's a really nice resort there, which the architect, your team knows.
My team knows.
Yeah, which the architect kind of built. So this is one of his collection. It's called
I'm sorry, I tak ada masa nak pergi resort ni. I tak tahu semua
nama
ni.
dia Shintamani.
Shintamani. Okay.
Shintamani. So this Shintamani resort is part of this architect punya collection. Basically a very rich architect who just goes around buy land and build
Incredible resorts.
As a collection and for fun. But the good thing is that he bought over that land because the government was about to sell it off because they couldn't afford to maintain it. So he built a resort there, made it like a reserve for all the animals there. And that's okay. So yang bestnya, one bilik I macam dekat betul, they built it atas sungai. So kat bawah tu sungai, you boleh nampak. It's beautiful. And because you dalam nature, dalam reserve tu, you can see macam gajah lalu. And yang paling common dekat situ is binatang binturung ni. Binturung is a honey
Honey badger.
Honey badger? Bear cat. It's a bear cat.
Okay.
It's a bear cat. So you macam you jalan, tiba-tiba ada binturong lalu. Nyip, 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 nyip. Lalu je depan you.
That is so insane.
It's insane. It's beautiful. That's like one of the best experience. And the best part is I get to stay there for 3 days, 2 nights. I only work 1 day. The other 2 days they let me to be free and easy. Makan, minum semua covered. I can do whatever I want. Amazing. That's like one of my favorite experiences. And also because I get to shoot. So for this magazine, I get to shoot with Jason, who's also a model, a Malaysian model, a male model, and another one who they imported, Euwyn. So if you tak kenal Euwyn is apa, Euwyn is a very famous Chinese model from China who is also a Victoria's Secret angel. So time tu I macam, alamak, I nak shoot dengan Victoria's Secret angel tu, and she is gorgeous, cantik gila. I macam in tengok dia depan-depan, and you know, I mula start macam aduh dalam pendek. Lepas tu I ni tu dalam, I tak gemuk. I tahu I tak gemuk, tapi I tak lah gemuk, you know, nak banding dengan dia. But
your inner voice tu lah.
Yeah, but it was such an amazing experience. Like the resort, the people, everything about it. And I got to be on the cover too, so that was fun.
That is such an incredible story.
Yeah, that's like my favorite stories. But orang mesti tak percaya. Macam serious lah, you flying fox, you kena tinggal. Betul though, so apparently that's just the procedure for all the guests to datang. Like everybody gets to fly fox down to the lobby. Kecuali unless you're too old or sick, then they will just bring you in a jeep.
I'm just so confused. I mean, like I percaya because this is kalau you cipta cerita ni, babe, you are the most inventive, creative person yang pernah wujud dalam dunia lah. But I'm just thinking, like, if I was a billionaire, would I be like, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do this weekend. Me and my family, we're gonna go to take this zip line to go to
Zip line, yes.
Just like, damn, girl, that's interesting life choices.
Ya doh, kalau korang banyak duit, pergilah Shintamani, best.
Oh my god. Tapi it sounds like what an incredible experience. And it's things like this macam sangat luar daripada lain daripada yang lain.
And benda-benda macam ni lah yang buat I rasa macam bersyukur.
Yeah.
You know, macam bersyukur sebab macam I dapat experience benda-benda macam ni and it's work. So this is like the best parts about my work lah.
Yeah.
Aside from all the other.
Tapi also mewakili Malaysia in a big way untuk membuktikan yang kita pun ada anak seni yang boleh on the same playing field as any other country in the world in terms of quality and apa yang kita boleh deliver, which is something you should be really proud of.
Yeah. Also, shout out to all the people that believed in me.
Yeah.
Really, I really cannot be here without them though.
And also your hard work lah. Because dia memang sangat modest. Okay, so selepas kita dah cover this very interesting story, I don't know how to proceed sebulan ni. I'm still in shock. Okay, satu lagi benda yang I nak tanya you is you also manage to maintainkan you punya cinta terhadap art tu dalam your life juga. So I know that macam lah I pernah kacau dia untuk ajak I macam mana nak buat pottery lah, ceramic lah, art lah. You still manage to keep all of that alive. I mean, you have Sleepy Studio. So cerita sikit macam mana you bahagikan masa you dalam banyak-banyak aktiviti ni. Sebab I imagine travelling all over the world, to go to Cambodia, to go to I forgot already apa nama this zip lining place kan. It takes a lot of time, and modelling is a full on job yang memerlukan you punya otak, badan, tubuh, focus everything dekat situ. Macam mana you maintainkan masa dekat situ untuk still create love untuk benda-benda yang
jujur
lain?
cakap, I pun tak tahu macam mana I maintain. Ada hari yang memang I free, I boleh buat. Tapi hari tu sangatlah jarang. It doesn't come by often.
Yeah.
But I would say macam, because modelling ni is my form of self-expression. It's sejenis seni untuk I. So that's also how I juggle lah juga. Macam as much as it is work, it's also art. So that's why I enjoy it so much. Tapi Sleepy Studio really happens sebab I thought modelling, masa I belajar tu, I thought modelling was just going to be macam something part-time je. So sebab I nak jadi, my cita-cita sebenarnya I nak jadi children's book illustrator.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to draw. I nak lukis untuk buku cerita kanak-kanak. That's always been my dream. I want to draw books for children's books.
Girl,
Yeah.
I have the most insane idea for you.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Do you have a story for me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's about this little girl yang dapat peluang untuk naik zip line untuk pergi dekat resort, and you boleh illustrate the whole thing. I'm not even kidding.
And then she meets
And
a
then
binturong.
She meets the yes. Laku weh cerita macam tu. And you should illustrate the whole thing. And it's also your story.
Oh my god, yeah. That's the plan.
Why don't you cipta like a character yang macam berdasarkan your life experiences, semua yang menarik, yang cute-cute macam ni?
Tak tahulah, menarik ke? No,
menarik weh.
Tak, maksud I macam menarik, cukup menarik ke untuk budak-budak?
Babe, yes. Tak dilulu langsung. Tak dilulu langsung. And it's your personal life experience. You can draw. You can bring the whole thing come to life. It can be many books. I'll manage the whole thing. You tell me when, we'll go.
Okay.
Sumpah,
Amelia Publications.
Amelia Publications. Tolonglah. Tak, tapi I think you should do it. Kenapa?
Yeah, but that's the dream. Cuma I tak ada masa.
Tapi imagine kalau dia jadi macam animation.
Bestnya.
Kan?
Sebelum nak jadi children's book, I want to be an animator. Specifically like a manga animator.
Oh my god, manga and anime. That's di antara macam art form yang paling susah.
Yeah, sebab you melukis.
Yes.
Tapi sekarang anime pun dah guna CGI. Tapi back then you memang kena lukis. Sebab I pernah belajar animation kejap sebelum I masuk UiTM. Susah doh nak lukis. Tapi minat lah.
And then every frame you can adjust. Susah. Banyak kerja sebenarnya.
Yeah. Good time. But yeah, children's book illustrator. That's the dream. But yeah, Sleepy Studio happened because of that dream.
Yeah, faham.
I needed a space. I needed a space where I could get creative sebab I duduk dengan mak I time tu. Lepas tu kat rumah tu I have a very, I would say humble beginning sebab macam kita duduk apartment kat Ceras. This is a very small home. Me, my mom, my sister. So we don't have space. Memang tak ada ruang. Rumah tu sangat kecil. We don't have ruang. So bila dah ada cukup duit, I decided to sewa a studio and just make it like a creative space for me. So that's how CP Studio happened. But
I tengah tunggu masa sebenarnya.
Tak ada masa.
Buat appointment dekat Sleepy Studio ni.
Tak ada masa langsung. Sebenarnya ada lama dah tak macam melukis ke apa. Tak ada masa.
Kena start balik.
That's why macam now I wanna be more mindful about the work I do so I can have more time to do what I love to do too.
Yeah. Actually, I have another question yang sebenarnya tak related and I tak review langsung pasal question ni. Tapi Sleepylllama ni, like, what is that? Like, dia datang dari mana? Like, it was just like a nickname ke? Macam mana you boleh cipta Sleepylllama ni? It's very cute tau.
Okay.
Super catchy.
Simple je. I'm always sleepy.
Okay.
And I like lamas. Always sleepy sebab banyak kerja. Tak, nama tu datang masa I study dulu kat UiTM. So I was juggling modelling and studying. Macam I memang tak cukup tidur sebab I study kat Perak.
Wow.
I study kat Perak. So masa I dekat Sem 4 and Sem 5, I go back and forth KL at least 3-4 times a week. Macam habis kelas je, I can pergi bus stop, naik bus, pergi KL, shoot. Habis shoot and then tunggu the next morning bus, balik campus, mandi, masuk kelas. So jadual I memang macam tu. I jarang gila tidur. That's why I'm always sleepy. Lamas because I love lamas. So jadilah Sleepylllama. Dulu I lama cat.
Lama cat. And then jadi Sleepylllama pula. But Sleepylllama is nice.
Yeah, okay.
It's stuck. It works. So you've done a lot of cool art collaborations juga. Antaranya is your 2018 collab with Sunaru, which was Sleepy Studio X Sunaru. And you came out with like scarves and stuff that you designed yourself. How did you feel? Okay, I wanted to ask this question sebab I rasa macam bila kita minat something kan dari segi seni, how did you feel commercializing it? Deep question juga. Sebab dia sejenis macam question mark yang selalu wujud dalam siapa-siapa yang minat seni kan. It's always art versus, you know, commercializing it. When you start putting pressure on yourself untuk cipta seni tu, kadang-kadang dia jadi macam lagi susah. Cause like art block. Art block tu lain.
Creative block.
Tu dia.
Art block tu yang kertas.
Tapi dia wujud untuk semua artis tau. Untuk pelakon juga kadang-kadang. I sendiri rasa macam I mengalami acting block. Macam hari ni tak ada emosi weh.
Faham?
Yeah, so how was that?
That was really exciting. How old was I time tu? I think baru 21, 22.
And it's insane that you had the vision to be able to like do something
Itulah,
like this.
like really Sunaru yang datang dekat I and tanya macam, hey Nia, would you be interested kalau you nak collab dengan kita orang? Macam, oh okay, collab macam mana tu? Like you design our scarves and we make it like an exclusive collection. So I macam, oh my god, serious lah. Sebab as a kid, time tu, as an artist also, macam that's an opportunity yang sangat susah nak datang. Siapa je dapat opportunity macam tu? So I macam, okay, let's do it. Of course it was scary sebab one, like what kind of design I boleh buat to make people want to buy. But it was really a lot of like sharing ideas dengan the owners of Sunaru and to make it happen. But it was definitely macam and it was definitely like a good experience overall. But you belajar macam, oh, this is the process. You know, you print out and tak jadi, you print out and you lilit dekat kepala and macam, okay, the print doesn't really work, and getting the designs, like the kind of colours. Sebab when it's a collaboration, as much as it is a collaboration of you, it's also
Of them juga.
of them. So I have to be mindful macam klien diorang suka macam mana, klien diorang suka colour palette-nya macam mana. But it was definitely a good experience. Macam banyak I belajar.
And you're such a hands-on, like hard-working person. Sebab you tak stop dekat situ juga. You also have Sleepylllama, which is the cutest name yang I pernah dengar in my life. Sleepylllama. I mean, like, seriously.
Right?
Seriously?
Sebab I feel, okay, I am always sleepy and
Sleepy people need pajamas.
Sleepy people need cute pajamas.
Yes.
Yeah. So I really wanted to start like my own pajama line at the time, which we never really get to kickstart. I do have stock, but we never kickstart it sebab macam there were a lot of things to consider, like my time and resources. Tapi at one point, I was really passionate about macam I want to make sleepwear, baju tidur yang you boleh pakai kat luar juga. You know. So that's how Sleepylllama happened.
Yeah.
And I just thought the name was perfect sebab sleepy, pijama,
Yeah.
Sleepylllama. Okay, create IG account right now.
Yeah, sebelum I was really like crazy that you got that account. Like,
Yeah.
really crazy. Like,
Dia
that's
macam
such a
brain
good
fart
name.
je. Macam
Yeah, tapi I hope you revisit that idea, especially sekarang sebab I rasa macam athleisure memang sangatlah in. Yeah, sangat relevant, sangat
okay,
trendy.
doakan.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Alright. So, kita sekarang berada dekat 2020 dalam timeline kehidupan Nia.
Okay.
Dan 2020 ni penting juga sebab inilah tahun yang Nia start berlakon.
Betul. Okay, sorry.
I tak tahulah kenapa. Tapi you started acting, which is a very interesting thing sebab dia luar daripada apa yang mungkin you pernah buat sebelum tu ataupun pernah memilih untuk buat. So your first drama was Inikah Dikatakan Cinta. So apa pengalaman you untuk buat transition sebenarnya daripada industri modelling kepada industri lakonan, dan did you feel pressure again, or were you like, this is my delulu idea and it's gonna happen?
Definitely the lulu idea. Tapi okay, macam mana acting tu boleh start? Sebab one, we were just recovering daripada MCO. You know, sebenarnya like I had a lot of plans to go overseas right before MCO happened. Actually, masa MCO happen tu, I kat Jakarta. Because I have an agency there. So, I kat Jakarta. Lepas tu tiba-tiba macam MCO lah, lockdown lah, balik. Macam, okay, balik lah. Nanti dah habis lockdown, balik dah sana. Tapi tak jadi. Sebab sikit-sikit lockdown jadi pada 3 bulan, 6 bulan, setahun. So,
And then lama lagi untuk recover.
yes, lama lagi. And you still tak boleh travel.
Yeah.
You tak boleh travel overseas. So, in that period di mana I tak boleh travel overseas, I have a manager nama Icha. So, Icha contacted me, dia tanya, hey Nia, there's an audition yang diorang nak you try. Would you be interested? Macam, oh, okay, why not? Kita try. So that's how it started. I macam try je sebab, okay lah, bukannya macam I memang ada dream, oh, I nak jadi pelakon. Tapi, siapa je tak pernah terfikir, macam best juga dapat jadi pelakon ni. Betul tak? Like, I feel like even as a kid, you tengok movie macam bestnya, I want to be Iron Man. I want to be able to play a character like that. So, it was just macam, interesting.
Yeah.
Why not? Sebab I minat. So, okay, kita cuba and we see how. So, I went for the audition. I got a call back. And then the producer was like, okay Nia, tapi you kena potong rambut. Potong rambut macam mana? Potong rambut habis.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
Babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I potong rambut.
Wait, hang on a second. So I remember, I tengok posting you pasal ni. Tapi I didn't, for some reason, it didn't connect the dots. I didn't realize that was your first time you berlakon.
That was my first time.
Wait, but I saw the clips. You did such a good job.
I don't know. I hope so.
You did.
I hope so.
Really. I remember watching this. I was like, what is she doing? Kenapa dia kena tak apalah, it's okay. Pelakon memang kita buat benda-benda pelik kadang-kadang.
Memang.
But I was very impressed. I thought you did a fantastic job. Cuma I tak connect the dots yang itu memang projek pertama yang you buat.
Yeah, projek pertama. And then
intense gila.
Intense. It was a very intense role. Karakter taklah leading. Lepas tu karakter ni adalah karakter yang dianiayai dan disakiti. Obviously lah. And then this character, she has like a very abusive husband who just, I don't know, just memang benci dia lah sampai nak potong rambut semua. So taklah first time berlakon. And watak yang sangat berat. Every day dekat set, I kena nangis sebab I ada scene nangis. I'm a freshie. Macam mana I nak nangis? I memang tak payah nangis. I tak payah nangis. So of course you have cheat codes and cara nak nangis tipu-tipu. Tapi bukan rezeki lah, nasib I adalah I dapat director yang sangat garang. Sangat old school. Sangat old school. Yang dia macam, there was this one day, it was the last scene, I think it was like pukul 1 pagi ke 2 pagi. Scene tu I kena nangis sambil makan nasi. Lepas tu director I cakap, selagi kau tak nangis, betul-betul air mata keluar daripada mata kau, tak ada siapa boleh balik. So it was all on me lah.
God.
I don't know why he was so mean, but as much as I hated my experience, I learned so much. So sekarang I dah pandai nangis lah depan kamera. Dulu tak pandai. Sekarang I dah tahu macam mana. But learning process lah. I hated it, but I learned something from it. Tapi time tu I memang macam, pukul berapa dia tak bagi kita orang balik, dia nak I nangis. Memang nangis lah cerita dia. Walaupun lama dia had to wait. But I cried and we finally went home. But it was like that every single day. So kat situ I belajar macam, wow, okay, it's not easy. Berlakon tak mudah. Langsung. Especially for my friends macam you who probably take job berlakon, especially drama, back to back. Okay, untuk korang yang tak faham kan, sebab I baru lagi. Mungkin sekarang Amelia ke kawan-kawan kita yang dah lama berlakon macam, tak adalah, okay, No, it's really hard. Okay, you work every single day. You work every single day. Kalau satu drama buat 12 episod, maybe sebulan setengah.
Berapa episod?
20?
Oh, 12 episod maybe sebulan setengah. If you're doing, normally the ones I do normally
30 3 months, right?
Yeah,
See,
around 30 3 months.
Every single day. And if you leading, you memang every day semua scene you. So you memang daripada pagi sampai ke pagi.
I've never felt so seen before.
No, because it's true. Sebab orang tak faham benda tu. You kerja pagi ke pagi, you kena bangun pukul 6, you nak kena sampai set pukul 7, lepas you nak kena masuk set pukul 8, and you berlakon scene non-stop every day. Mungkin you kena pindah location. Kalau tak pindah location, you kena tukar baju. Oh, ni scene tu, ni scene ni. Okay, pagi you habis pukul 12, pukul 1, pukul 2, pukul 3, 4. And you kena masuk set balik pukul 7 pagi. Every day. If you leading. So that's what I experience. Macam yes, modelling, I work morning to morning. Sometimes I work sampai 6-5 pagi. Tapi it's a one-off job. You one off, you dah habis. Okay, bye guys. See you if I see you. But acting, you have to meet the same people every day for the next 3 months. And kalau you tidak bernasib baik, you bekerja dengan orang yang tidak baik
ataupun susah untuk you masuk dekat set tu. Sebab kita semua pernah lalui set-set macam tu. But it's not because diorang tak baik ke kita orang tak baik. It's normally because working synergy tu tak ada.
Chemistry memang tak ada. And sometimes you kena hadap benda tu. Not every set you masuk, you ada chemistry dengan semua orang. Because that's just
macam lah kalau you kerja kat pejabat, not every pejabat you masuk you akan love everybody kat situ. Sama lah cerita dia.
Sama. And it's very, very tiring and it's not easy. So that's when I learn macam, pelakon tak mudah. It's not easy. So mad respect. So bila I dah masuk, I dah nampak, and I macam, wow, macam mana tu korang buat job back to back. Macam, dah habis drama ni, buat apa ni. I akan masuk set baru esok, no day off. Taklah bila you berlakon, you memang tak ada day off. Gila lah. So my first job ever traumatized me quite a bit because macam it was overwhelming. It was just a lot about that job yang macam buat I macam okay, I need to take a break. So I took 1 year off from acting.
Thank you for saying actually apa yang you cakap tadi.
Because I feel like maybe you can't say it because nanti orang macam Amelia mengadil lah. Tapi benda tu betul. You know, betul. Macam kau dah ada duit, kau dah cantik, kau dah famous,
Diam lah.
Diam lah. Tapi tak. Macam as an actress, I'm not there yet for people to say things about me because I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And from my experience, it's like tak senang tu.
Tapi sebenarnya kan, I rasa dia macam mana kan, it's like, it's not something yang, betul lah apa yang cakap. Maybe I feel like I tak boleh complain because I'm not a model first and then an actor. I seorang pelakon. Itu memang saya punya bread and butter. Ni adalah something yang I buat sebab I minat.
Betul.
And all of the other stuff I buat sebab I minat. Tapi cerita dia, it's not easy. And dia bukan sebab kita nak macam, oh my god, pity me. Tengok berapa banyak I kena endure. Sebab betul apa yang orang cakap, sebenarnya privilege. Privilege
betul.
untuk menghadap endurance ni. Sebab rewards dia pun
okay lah kan.
depends lah. Project kadang-kadang berbaloi, kadang-kadang tak seberapa berbaloi, but it's like every project is a new fun experience yang akan ada pelajaran untuk kita. Tapi pada masa sama, the reason I think it's important yang conversations ni patutnya ada. Tak kisahlah you pernah berlakon sekali, ataupun you pernah berlakon 100 kali, ataupun you model, ataupun you whatever. The reason I love to talk to entertainers, especially on the show, is because I rasa macam orang selalu nampak kita sebagai orang yang firstly privileged, tak seberapa bijak, dan sebagai macam kita patut diam dan bersyukur, dan mungkin diorang tak seberapa nampak sebenarnya apa yang terlibat apabila kita nak borak pasal having a successful entertainment career even as a model. Orang rasa macam I tak faham apa masalah yang you boleh ada in your life because kerja you adalah untuk travel dan untuk nampak cantik dekat mana-mana tempat. Tapi sebenarnya di sebalik tabir dia punya persiapan, dia punya business, dia punya benda yang you can tahu untuk ada a successful career macam ni sangatlah lebih luas daripada apa yang orang nampak. Kerja kita adalah untuk membuatkan apa yang kita buat ni nampak senang.
Yes.
So kalau korang rasa benda ni senang, maksudnya kita dah jalankan tanggungjawab kita dengan cara yang paling betul.
Betul.
Where our job is to make it easy. Kalau I pergi kat set and contohnya kita ada scene menangis, and hari tu kita memang tak boleh nak mengeluarkan air mata, and dalam scene tu apa yang nampak is pelakon ni macam struggle lah nak melakonkan watak ni, mungkin korang akan ambil lagi berat pasal lakonan ni. Macam oh lakonan ni sebenarnya susah, tapi kita gagal sebagai pelakon. Sebab air mata kena turun macam fountain, baru you akan percaya oh watak ni sedih.
Betul.
Make sense tak apa yang
Yeah,
cakap?
betul-betul.
So, it's important to have these conversations,
Yeah.
but at the same time acknowledging the privilege.
Yeah, of
having
course.
these
Yeah, of course we
conversations.
have privilege also. Tapi
Yeah.
macam a lot comes with that also lah. I mean,
Yeah.
God is fair.
Yeah.
Life is fair. There's nothing that's easy in this life. Tak ada apa yang senang.
Betul.
Semua benda susah. Semua benda ada pros and cons dia.
Yeah, betul.
That's just how it is.
Exactly. I agree. But I think something yang boleh dikatakan pasal Nia is that you are incredible in terms of your resilience. Not just did you choose to macam go after di antara paling susah punya profession yang I pernah nampak lah. I come from a professional family babe juga. So my family is all science stream. Diorang semua medical, law, all of these things. So bila diorang macam sebenarnya lah diorang tak pernah suarakan dekat I, tapi I'm sure dalam hati diorang pernah lah ada impian macam oh I nak anak, because I'm the oldest juga. Oh I nak dia jadi doktor, I nak dia jadi whatever kan. Tapi I memilih untuk pergi ke arah lain. And so it's not yang I tak pernah ter-expose dengan orang dari science stream untuk mengatakan yang oh my job is harder. Tak, it's hard to be in science stream juga. It's hard to have a professional, traditional job. Tapi pada masa yang sama, dari apa yang I nampak, dari semua pengalaman yang I pernah ada, I think modelling di antara yang paling susah. Sebenarnya paling susah dari setakat mental strength you kena sangat strong. Sebab dia kejam.
Kejam tu.
Kejam industri tu. Kejam. Kalau you tak ada sifat, betul lah, dilulu, hancur. Koyak member.
Betul.
Yeah.
Betul.
So apa yang I nampak pasal you is that you are so mentally strong.
Because I'm a big delulu.
You pilih modelling, lepas tu bila you start berlakon, nasib you lah.
Nasib,
you dapat karya yang agak susah untuk dilakonkan, dan set yang agak strict bandingkan dengan set yang lain yang mungkin lagi light, also berdasarkan pada cerita yang diorang tengah nak buat.
Betul.
Nasib you lah babe.
Nasib. Tapi that's the thing, I rasa macam semua benda ni terjadi sebab I'm supposed to learn from it.
Yes.
You're supposed to learn from it. Bad things happen sebab you're supposed to learn something from it. And mungkin I nampak benda ni selepas I habis shooting. Sebab bila I masuk set lain, I macam okay.
Oh, nasib baik I lalu benda tu hari tu. Sekarang I tak stress dah.
I dah kurang stress, but I dah faham macam mana nak hafal script in such a short amount of time, especially bila Lepas tu lagi, you know.
Yeah, banyak yang you kena run through kan.
Tapi you dah belajar benda tu. Walaupun time tu you rasa macam every day I rasa macam I nak quit, I want to stop. Kenapa lah I ambil job ni? Kenapa lah. Tapi sekarang I macam nasib baik tu I buat cerita tu, walaupun susah. Walaupun susah.
Tapi apa yang patut dipuji pasal you is that
Thank you.
sifat yang walaupun you rasa you nak quit, you didn't. Sebenarnya akan ada ramai yang terletak dalam position tu mungkin yang akan rasa macam selepas I dah lalui benda tu, mungkin I just buat je lah apa yang I rasa paling selesa. Orang kan kita suka duduk dalam kita punya comfort zone.
Betul.
Tapi you mengambil benda tu as a cabaran. Macam yes, this is outside my comfort. I hate it. But I'm going to make it my comfort zone. Sampai sekarang tengok berapa banyak karya yang you dah buat.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. Good. Anyways, moving on. Selepas tu, dia pergi berlakon lagi in a few drama and films. One of them is Kuasa, One Throne, Three Heirs, No More Mercy. Kompleks juga cerita ni. Dia tak puas. Hari tu dia dah kena cut shave head lah, whatsoever, kena menangis lah. Dia buat lagi cerita kompleks. Tapi bangga lah. Dia kata you is like really awesome.
Thank
actually.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it easier the second time around?
It was easier. Easier in a sense macam I dah belajar apa yang I patut previously dalam set yang sebelum ni. So masuk set ni macam I lagi prepared. I was more prepared. So macam I know what to expect in hopes that I tak disappoint my director ke my producer ke. So yeah, it was easier in that sense. Tapi it's not easy jugalah sebab you know you should. Okay, Kuasa was interesting sebab Kuasa punya shoot timing gila babe. Dia memang pagi ke pagi yang macam you sempat balik rumah mandi lepas tu kena masuk set balik. For everyone, not just for pelakon, but for everyone. It was
actually sekarang kita punya industri dah berubah sikit babe. Dia tak macam tu dulu.
tak,
Macam
tapi
dulu,
time
kan?
tu yes.
Time tu dia memang macam tu.
Time tu yes.
Oh,
also
gila.
sebab Kuasa ni dikategorikan sebagai premium series. So premium series is only 8 episod tapi duration nak shoot is 2 bulan.
Panjang macam you buat 20
Film.
episod.
Macam you buat 20 episod tapi you buat 8 je. Because the amount of work and craft and detail that goes into doing a premium series sama macam you buat film. So that's why dia lama. So macam walaupun I shoot pagi ke pagi tapi berapa scene je? We were doing like 4 scenes a day. 5 scenes a day.
Tapi banyak angle, banyak effort dekat segi lighting, set, everything.
Yeah, and cerita tu memang ada macam kereta terbalik lah, accident lah, terbalik.
Tapi best lah.
Best. It was nice. It was a good
That
experience.
Was a really good project.
It was. I'm happy to be part of that. And dah dapat buat dengan Elisha.
Yeah, I know. Tak tahulah kenapa I tak pernah diletak dekat satu set dengan korang
Belum
Mesti
lagi.
best,
Belum lagi.
Akan ada,
confirm.
hopefully. So after that you went on to do Imperfect, which is mungkin dalam watak dia I said this to you earlier juga. It's not Imperfect tu watak dia sebagai seorang influencer. Nia is so much more than influencer. No disrespect to influencers before I get cancelled. Tapi Nia obviously seorang model. Tapi itu adalah macam mungkin watak yang lebih dekat dengan diri you yang sebenar in real life bandingkan dengan yang lain sebelum ni. Like contohnya your first drama, obviously that's very detached from who you are as a person. Was it easier for you?
Okay, Imperfect was such an interesting project sebab okay, base dia macam story ni pasal seorang influencer yang sangat-sangat popular dekat Malaysia, and then dia hire this one PA yang macam obsessed gila dengan dia, but one day an accident happened, my PA terbunuh I, and then she pretends to be me.
Sketch.
Tapi cerita tu best sebab it's comedy also.
Yeah.
It starts out
dia
very...
tak berat sangat.
Dia tak berat. It starts out as like a comedy. Lepas tu tiba-tiba macam... tiba-tiba jadi deep gila yang macam... kena bunuh lah, apalah. Tapi taklah bunuh. She thought I died. But anyway... dia dekat in a sense macam... The character that I bawa... was relatable in a sense macam... This character... Tak silap I nama dia Ellie. Tak ingat tu.
Okay, same
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Tak, this is like so standard tau. I dah sampai kat satu tahap like, which one was... who was this? Yeah, I can't remember. What was the name?
Ellie ke Alina, I tak ingat nama karakter dia. Tapi karakter ni, dia very misunderstood. Sebab dia ada this whole persona dekat dalam social media for her followers. Tapi her real life is really sad. It's really sad sebab macam dia tengah nak juggle and find that balance.
Girl, it's basically like celebrity tapi sebelum Korea buat.
Exactly. Dia macam tu. Cuma macam as an influencer, you memang put your life out for people to watch and judge and whatever. Tapi finding that balance where it doesn't affect your personal life. So kat situ I can relate to her di mana, and her character susah tau I nak bawa sebab Elina nama dia, I ingat lah nama dia Elina. Elina needs to come off as someone that you hate. Bila you tengok karakter ni, you mestinya tak suka dia sebab dia annoying, dia macam sikit oh my god you're selfish, you know. Tapi sebenarnya Elina is more than that sebab she's misunderstood, and as much as you nak benci dia, you kena rasa kesian. So macam mana I sebagai seorang pelakon nak macam make sure orang kesian dekat I? Buat orang benci senang, tapi macam mana I nak buat orang macam nak benci si Elina ni, tapi macam aduh kesian pula sebab of her backstory. Why? Kenapa dia nak jadi influencer? Because she had such a broken upbringing where her love and validation tu dia dapat daripada her followers, you know. But yeah, that was a good story juga.
Crazy. I love how passionate you are, like bila you ceritakan pasal these stories. Yeah.
I try, I don't know, maybe it's about, of course you would study your character, right? And maybe Elina is a bit close to me because of that little misunderstanding of who she is belakang kamera dan who she is depan kamera. Maybe that's why macam passionate sikit pasal dia.
You rasa dia sama macam mana you bawa your online persona, is it?
Oh tak, how she carries herself online is so different from me.
Yeah,
sebab
tapi as in that separation.
yeah,
like,
tapi I faham benda tu. I faham sebab macam you have responsibility sebab benda ni job.
yeah.
You know, as an influencer, that's your job. You like it or not, you ada deadline you kena buat. You ada klien yang memang macam jangan lupa posting, posting you salah, you kena reshoot, you kena buat. At the same time, you nak buat all this content yang you sendiri suka, followers you pun suka, and at the same time you tak nak buat sebab aku penat. You know, aku tipu lah tak penat nak buat all this online presence thing. Penat doh. Tapi it's my job, especially if I'm Amelia lah. It's my job, especially if that's my bread and butter. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why in that sense I faham why she cannot just walk away from it.
Very, very interesting. So you did a bunch of other dramas selepas tu. Tapi after that, the next kind of like shift yang you mengalami is you moved into film.
Yes.
Pula. And your first was Gila Gusti. And
okay, yes.
Shobo.
Gila Gusti is my first commercial film, I would say. Tapi actually I did this one tak ramai orang tahu. How I got into acting sebelum MCO was actually there was this it's not a film. What do you call a film yang macam bukan film
a tele film?
Tele
movie.
Okay, sorry. Bimbo jap. So my first ever was a tele yang directed by Umi Aida. This one tak ramai orang tahu. This one ramai orang tak tahu sebab it never came out. This was in 2018.
Why?
Okay. Yang tu pun first time leading role juga in this film. So one day Umi Aida contacted me. She said she got my contact from someone. She wants to cast me in her new film, and this is her directorial debut. She wanted to be a director, so she's doing this film and she wants me to star in it.
She's incredible.
She's also like my favorite Delulu mom. Like she's so different level of motivational. Like I love working with her. There's something so, she has this diva aura that's like, wow.
You know, can I tell you something?
What?
Kak Umi, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. I'm a bit scared.
Of her?
Every time I meet her. Yeah, because she's so like, no, I'm not scared of her. She's not done anything scary.
Yeah, faham.
She's Umi Aida.
Yeah, she has that aura.
Yeah, tapi dia tak bawa diri dia macam dia Umi Aida. So that's quite scary. Sebab she's so like santai, like sempoy. I'm like,
tapi dia ada aura.
And she's like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah, I tak tahu macam mana function.
Sama. Like, masa dia, when she told me to come and she wants to meet me in person to see what I'm like, I was macam, oh my god, Umi Aida, oh my god. So dia jumpa dia depan memang dia macam, you know, with her face yang macam.
Yeah. And you don't know what she's thinking.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
So dia macam, you ada passport? Ada? Okay. Pernah berlakon? Tak. Cuba, and then I think she did try like some lines on me, and she's like, okay, tak apa. You can still learn. I can teach you. So I macam, oh okay. Nanti Nia hantar detail passport, okay? Sebab we're shooting this in Italy. So I macam,
wow.
Huh? In Italy? So we shot in Italy for 2 weeks.
So you went to Italy and you shot?
I did.
It never came out.
It never came out. And there's a reason why. Sebab, okay, in this movie, I berlakon, my hero was Remy Ishak. Tak lah Umi Aida yang
That is a huge.
first film ever, leading role, paired with Remy Shah, directed by Umi Aida. Emma Fatimah was producing it. It was like a pretty big deal lah kan. I macam,
That is a huge deal.
yeah.
A huge deal.
Yeah, so kita orang pergi Italy. We shot in Italy for 2 days. And Ika Farhana was my best friend in that juga. That's how I kenal Ika. That's how we become friends. So, kita dah
love
shoot.
Ika, but okay.
I love Ika. So,
Yeah.
kita dah shoot 2 minggu dekat Italy. And then kita balik sebab nak sambung the other scenes in KL for another 2 weeks. Ngam-ngam kita sampai KL. Time tu, Remy Shah tengah meletup gila babi. Time tu dia memang tengah top, like in demand actor masa
Dia tak pernah tak top lah.
Yelah, tapi time tu it was peak yang macam everywhere you go, it was him. So he got really busy. He got so busy that we just couldn't find time to shoot that remaining 2 weeks. And then a year passed. And then a year and a half passed. And then I met up with him at an event. And he said, okay, I dah nak free dah ni. Mungkin we can contact Umi Aida. Aida macam, alamak, rambut konti semua dah lain lah kan. And then time dia free tu, Kak Umi pula pergi umrah ke haji? Dia pergi umrah haji. So okay, we cannot shoot yet. Tapi bila dia balik from that, she adopted a baby girl. And she was in mommy mode. So when she's in mommy mode, respectfully takkanlah nak pester kan. You want to focus on your baby.
Yeah.
So we never shot the remaining scenes. So dah tak shoot lah. Macam tu je lah
Kak
habis.
Umi.
Kak Umi,
Habiskan
kalau
lah
Kak
cerita
Umi
ni.
nak habiskan, boleh. Nia dah free. InsyaAllah Abang Remy pun free.
How many years was it?
2018.
Oh tak lah.
Quite a while back. Ada 5 tak?
Tak terlalu lama. Boleh lah. Oh.
Sekarang 2023 tau.
Boleh lah.
Boleh lah. Boleh lagi.
Boleh lagi.
Boleh lagi.
I think the world needs to see this man. Korang dah pergi dah Italy hari tu
Ya,
kan?
tapi nanti konti lari lah. Macam ni muka
Tak
baby
apa.
lagi.
Tak apa.
Mungkin kita boleh pergi balik Italy.
2 minggu je kan dekat sana. Reshoot je. Settle.
So that was my first ever. So that transition into film is
Actually, you started in film. Oh,
and I
terbalik
did
rupanya.
a lot of indie films.
Yeah.
Before I really got into commercial acting, which is Inikah Dikatakan Cinta. From there, I think that's the exposure into TV, into mass.
Faham,
Sebelum
like,
tu
like a mainstream kind of
mainstream.
platform,
Kalau tak sebelum tu, I buat banyak indie.
Yeah. So which do you prefer?
Um,
And is modeling still your first love?
Modeling is still my first love, for sure. Acting wise, I am a lot more into films. Tapi I do enjoy series. Tapi it's hard to find something that the storyline that I like.
Tapi you have a new film coming out next year
Yes.
called Legacy Wira Merah.
Yeah.
I takkan tanya what it's about sebab ni benda-benda yang normally embargoed kan. You cannot talk
tak
about
boleh
it.
cakap.
Tapi when did you finish shooting?
Baru je. I think kita orang
Sebab
habis.
ni nak keluar next year?
Rasanya kita orang habis shoot bulan lepas lah.
Oh my god, really very baru.
Very baru.
Are
Bulan
you
lepas
excited?
baru. Yes, I'm excited. Legacy Romera ataupun Bomba is interesting sebab I seorang je karakter perempuan dalam cerita tu.
Oh my god, ni cerita bomba ke? Oh my god, ni yang dengan Ben.
Dengan Ben.
Patutlah. Cuba dekat shoot dengan siapa sekarang?
Ben? Oh, drama you ke yang dia tengah shoot? I see. Sebab dia ada cakap kat I tanya dia, so lepas ni tak holiday mana? Tak holiday dunia, I kena masuk set. Masuk set? Dia drama. Macam, damn boy.
Dia baru cerita kat I hari ni. You tahu tak? Kita ada satu scene dekat Gunung Kinabalu. Kita kena naik 6 jam tau. Yeah. Tapi that project, bila dia cerita kat I, it sounds so like,
dude,
a lot, babe. Babe.
Yeah. Like the
Dia
boys.
baru cerita kat I hari ni.
Yeah.
Earlier today, a few hours ago.
The prep yang diorang had to do for these characters that they're carrying, macam gila babi do training diorang.
Tapi, you punya karakter macam mana?
Oh, I bukan bomba.
Oh, you bukan bomba. Oh, faham.
I'm just a pretty girl.
Okay, kita tak tahu lah. Kita tak boleh nak tanya terlalu banyak. Okay, interesting.
Tapi
But
I
it
ada lah.
sounds like such an awesome project.
Yeah, I hope I hope people will like it.
I rasa orang akan suka. I rasa orang akan suka daripada apa yang I tahu. And mungkin sebab I kerja dengan band sekarang kan. So dia akan cerita a bit. So I rasa dari apa yang I dengar, it sounds very good.
I know he's excited for it too. Because tak silap I ni Ben punya first feature film. Tu tak? That's why he told me lah. This is his first feature leading role.
Entah.
Yeah.
Ya, tapi okay. two separate story. I macam, like it's finally
Clicking.
Yeah. Sebab selama dia bercerita pasal cerita ni, dia tak pernah panggil pun Legacy Wiramira. Dia panggil bomba. I pergi buat bomba.
Sama, I pun panggil bomba.
Oh, faham.
I pun tak tahu nama
Everyone
dia
dah panggil
Legacy.
bomba.
I pun tak tahu nama dia Legacy
Long story short, dia
Wiramira. Tak, until recently baru
kita
tahu.
fikir pasal Legacy Wiramira.
Siapa lagi kalau bukan Abe Bomba? Abang Bomba. Abang Bomba.
Okay, faham? So, I tak boleh nak tanya pasal this one topic, which is something that happened recently that I think mencipta sejarah lah untuk apa yang pernah dicapai oleh seorang model dari Malaysia sebelum ni. You are one of our first Victoria's Secret angels ever.
Oh my gosh.
Girl! And I know this from like macam I suka tengok video-video yang model punya diary semua tu kan, and everybody's always talking about how it's their dream to be a Victoria's Secret model. And so I feel like I boleh macam imagine how much of a big deal this is.
Yeah.
For you?
It was a big deal. When I got that call, I macam, are you for real? They're like, yeah. We really want you. And I'm like, okay, please talk to my agency and like deal with my agency. But it's definitely this is definitely the Lulu.
Did you ever think that itu akan jadi something yang boleh dicapai oleh seorang yang
Of course not.
from our country?
Mesti tak. Of course not. Tapi there was something in me yang macam I feel like it's a dream that's not too far from me. I rasa macam boleh kot. But you know, dia punya boleh kot macam boleh kot. Adalah macam
Boleh kot.
Boleh tak.
Faham?
Dia macam boleh kot. Tapi kalau you know, if it ever happens, it'll be great. If it doesn't, macam it's okay. I mean, I feel like I've accomplished enough as a model. But it's still something yang macam I have no words.
Dude, like I saw your posting about it. I was like, babe, what the hell? Hold on, babe. It's such a big deal.
Keeping that secret was so hard.
I cannot imagine.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still something yang macam I don't know, man. Kalau orang tanya kan, I macam I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Personally, I sampai sekarang macam serious.
Yeah. Tapi what was that working experience? What was it like? Macam mana?
It was great. It was super professional. It was an all women's team.
Yeah, I noticed.
That was the
from your
best
posting.
part. Macam you work with everyone. It was like the DOP camera, the director, the photographer, the BTS, the stylist, everyone involved, the gaffer, people carrying the heavy stuff, they're all girls. So it was like
Mesti rasa sangat protected kan?
yeah, I feel protected and macam dia macam bangga tau sebab how often you masuk set and DOP you perempuan, director you perempuan.
Yeah, jarang.
Jarang tu. Jarang sangat. Tapi seeing this, and you saw the pictures, you saw the videos, how professionally made it was.
I saw the posters.
You know? Like, right? And
It's so good.
It's so good. And macam, wow. It's very empowering lah. Macam,
Yeah.
I'm happy. It's a great experience to be
Yeah.
able to be part of such an amazing project. You know? It's not just a milestone for me. It's a milestone for all the girls that was involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a milestone for semua-semua dekat Malaysia yang nak jadi seorang model sebab dia akan memberi inspiration kepada orang luar yang kita boleh capai benda dekat peringkat antarabangsa.
Benda dilulu macam ni.
Benda dilulu macam ni. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. I still have no words tu. Macam I get bombarded with this, then I still tak tahu nak cakap apa. Macam this is one of those jobs yang now or never, make or break it. Let's go.
Were you nervous? Like, what does it feel? Actually, do you wake up in the morning and then you tengok diri you in the mirror and you're like, I am an angel. Like, what is like, I can't even
The
imagine
morning
it.
of the shoot, I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I'm like, serious? Serious lah. Aduh.
Dia tu paling modest weh. This
No,
girl.
tak. Dia macam,
tolonglah dia.
tak, dia macam, serious lah. Oh my god, what if they don't like me? Okay, so masa pergi shoot tu, it was because we were shooting in Malaysia. Obviously, it was an all Malaysian team. But masa I sampai set, the Victoria's Secret Malaysia punya team cakap macam, hey, by the way, the US team is coming. to oversee the shoot. So they'll be here. So I macam the US team
was there.
Yeah, like from the HQ.
So spill the tea. Bila you nak jalan kat atas like
I tak
dorang
tahu. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen.
dia seorang pelakon. Saya tak percaya apa-apa yang keluar dari mulut dia.
No, sumpah. I don't know. I mean, if it happens, it'd be really cool.
Girl, when you gonna walk with your wings?
I don't know. Maybe I'll wear one later and like, maybe they look. I'll just dilulu in my room first.
Tak, babe. Ni bukan dilulu. Ni tak jauh sebenarnya.
I tak tahu doh.
Dia bukan something yang tak boleh dicapai untuk you.
I don't know.
Fingers crossed, touch wood. Not gonna I doakan.
Okay, thank you. But like, yeah, it's entahlah, sampai sekarang I macam speechless, tak tahu nak cakap apa macam.
Yeah. Tahniah.
Thank you.
Tahniah.
Thanks. It was yay.
And I know mungkin benda ni macam susah, especially sebab kita datang dari Malaysia, which is a more conservative country. Tapi I hope experience you dari segi macam audience facing has been positive. Sebab I rasa apa yang you capai ni memang besar, babe.
Of course, going into the shoot, I know what's gonna happen. You know, I know what might happen. I know the many possibilities that might come in my direction, because I'm very well aware that my job is not a job where everyone can accept. You know, that's just how it is. I know this since early in my career. You know, and my first biggest critic will always be my family. You know what I mean? Tapi macam as much as I had a lot of negative comments, some backlash, which is fair. I'm not upset about it because benda tu normal. Normal lah. Macam it's out of the norm. Orang tak biasa. And for the most part in our culture and religion, it's something that's challenging it. So it's something yang macam I would be delusional if I thought everyone would be happy for me. That's not the case. And I am well aware of that. So macam I'm not gonna be all like macam ni lah Malaysia tak pernah nak support. Bukan. You know, they would support me where they can, but when they can't, they will do their best to let me know, and respectfully, I will take those comments and thank you, but that's the best that I can do. You know, if there is anything that I could change, I would, and if I cannot, I'm sorry. Itu je. That's the best that I can do with this career that I'm taking on, because it's not for everyone.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. It's not for everyone, and it's okay.
Yeah,
I cannot expect everyone to macam terima je lah aku.
Yeah, of course.
You know, they can't, and it's okay. And this is something yang macam I feel like this mindset that I have was definitely something yang macam I have struggled to find a balance with throughout my career, because people will say something, you know, I get comments, I get all these DMs, it's normal. And what I need to understand, or maybe macam models need to understand, or people in the industry, especially if you dalam industry ni, where you are in front of the camera putting yourself out there, is that people are never gonna understand you or what you fight for, what you are, and it's okay. Not everything needs to be justified. Not everything needs to macam you cannot force people to macam terima. I get it, and I'm okay with that. And if I know I've upset people, I'm sorry. But you know, this is my career, and
you're trying to do your best.
I'm trying to do my best, and I'm aware of my consequences and also my pros, and yeah.
And you buat keputusan yang terbaik yang you boleh buat dalam mana-mana situation.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Itu je yang you boleh buat, babe.
Itu je yang boleh buat.
Apa lagi?
Itu tu. So macam there's just so much I can do, and yeah.
Faham? Tapi tahniah again.
Thank you.
Because I think it's an incredible achievement.
Yeah.
And I tak sabar untuk tengok apa yang you achieve next.
Me
so that's
too.
my next question. What's next for Nia?
What's next? I don't know.
Sleepylllama.
I hope something fun and exciting, and another mind-blowing project, hopefully. I'm traveling soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Ni yang dia cerita kat so okay. I dah brief soalan ni. Lepas tu, can I tell them where you're traveling to?
Yeah.
And how she told me. Ni sangat kelakar. I tanya dia, so selepas ni what's next for you? Sebenarnya, not much lah babe. Sebenarnya I tengah macam, you know, just like I baru je habis my shoot. Tapi, you know, like maybe I'm thinking actually I'm going to be doing some travelling soon. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to New York to model there and find work there. And cara dia cakap tu macam tak ada apa-apa. Macam New York tu sebenarnya you drive 2 jam you boleh sampai dah dekat New York. But you're going to America.
No,
Are you excited? Like what's
I'm excited. At the same time, I don't know what to expect. At the same time, now that you explained it in that way, I don't know why I said it in that tone. Tapi it was
dia sangat relaxed.
tak, dia relax tu sebab macam I pun tak tahu apa I nak buat kat sana. You faham tak?
Faham.
So macam I tak nak lah macam I'm gonna go to New York. I'm gonna be like doing things and like breaking bad. No, you know, I tak tahu pun apa I nak buat tu. Yang macam I pergi New York. Tapi entahlah, tak tahu. Entahlah, I pun tak tahu apa I nak buat kat sana. But I'm just gonna go and travel and just take time off kejap from here, from home, and just
see what opportunities tengah menunggu you dekat sana.
Yeah, because I just wanna see what can I do and how far can I go. I've just always been that kind of person yang macam I nak tengok apa lagi yang I boleh buat. You know, apa lagi yang macam I boleh capai. And let's see what I can do there. Macam tu lah.
I don't know. I wish you all the best. But
Thank you.
Think for me, I've always been a huge fan of like young Malaysians. Macam I think we should all have this experience of macam really mencari sejauh-jauh yang kita boleh pergi, apa yang kita boleh capai.
Betul, selagi boleh.
Selagi boleh,
kalau selagi mampu.
Kalau keperluan tu ada, selagi mampu.
Betul, selagi mampu macam why not? Why not? Cuba. Sebab kalau you tak cuba, you takkan tahu. So kalau you tak tahu, you akan selalu macam what if?
Kalau you tak chase your dilulu dream, macam mana you tahu it's a dream ataupun benda tu boleh jadi reality?
Exactly. Kalau you tak chase that dilulu dream, how would you know it's dilulu?
The name of this episode, Dilulu Dreams.
Dilulu Dreams. Word of the day.
Tapi I cannot wait for you and honestly wish you all the best.
Thank you. If so anything pun, nothing works out for me there, I'll just come home and like
Tapi you're so established here that there's actually nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we pray the best for you.
Thank you.
You akan capai macam-macam lagi. Tapi you always have Malaysia.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic country to be and to work.
Yes.
Okay, so sebelum kita lepaskan you sebab dah agak lewat dah yang kita buat benda ni.
Alamak, okay.
It's my bad. I asked so many questions because I was so interested. Okay, so the next one is a fan-based question. So kita akan ada ruang untuk fans kita DM ataupun WhatsApp ataupun kadang-kadang email juga pun ada.
Okay.
Soalan yang diorang nak kita tanya tetamu tapi semua secara anonymous. So terimalah soalan ni dari not sure who. Hey guys, korang dan guest sihat. Saya berharap sangat tak pernah diorang tanya I sihat in a fan question. Tak pernah. Saya berharap sangat korang pilih soalan saya ni. Sebagai seorang student perempuan, by the way, family saya expect untuk saya habiskan diploma jurusan hotel. Tapi sejujurnya saya tak sabar nak bekerja untuk cari duit sendiri. Lagipun saya tiba-tiba minat dalam bidang business/marketing pula sekarang. Saya ada tengok online course business yang boleh saya buat. Tapi macam mana nak explain kat parents saya? Sebab diorang kolot sikit. Mesti diorang marah. So when I chose this question, I tak pernah imagine yang you akan ceritakan pula yang you pernah negotiate dengan your parents. So I rasa macam ni memang sudah diatur dengan paling sempurna untuk ditanya kepada Nia.
I salah sebab soalan ni salah untuk I sebab antara semua benda yang I dah negotiate dengan parents I didn't negotiate modelling.
Habis tu?
I did it secretly.
I
took jobs secretly behind my parents' back for a good 2-3 years. So they did not know that I modelled. So bila I go back and forth tu, I akan balik, I akan tidur rumah kawan. I akan pergi dekat dorm kakak I dekat Cyberjaya. I akan tidur dekat asrama dia. And then naik train balik Perak. So that's been the routine. My mum only knew about it after I dah habis study.
What did she say when she found out? She was like, suddenly my daughter is a supermodel. Ya ke?
Honestly, I tak tahu if she was, I don't know, I just feel like maybe there was some sort of macam skeptical, macam skeptical lah sikit. Macam takkanlah you nak jadi model. Ada duit ke benda ni, you know. But I think maybe after the amount of jobs I've done and dia dah tengok, mula-mula dia macam tanyalah juga macam how much are you making? You know, duit you ni macam boleh ke, stable ke, apa you nak buat in 5 years. Tapi after a while, she just stopped asking because I think she kind of saw that I am kind of making something out of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tu soalan-soalan untuk I. Sebab
Faham?
macam mana dia macam delulu again. I wanted to do it so bad that I just did it. You know, macam I'll just face the consequences of my parents later. So yeah, they didn't know until a lot later, maybe 3-4 years into my modeling career baru diorang tahu. So I was already doing magazines, I was already doing stuff, but they didn't know yet.
They didn't know.
My mom thought macam I buat modeling yang macam maybe Instagram stuff, you know. Baju raya.
Faham? Tapi rupanya you doing like big editorial spreads and covers.
Yeah.
Faham?
But what I will say is that if you know what you want, you dah tahu apa yang you nak buat, and you dah ada effort to even find out how you nak buat benda tu, buat je. I understand macam parents, okay, the only reason sometimes diorang kolot ataupun diorang controlling, and I'm speaking from experience, sebab diorang tak nak you make mistakes that they cannot save you from. Parents are like that. They only want the best for you. And most parents, they're not great at communicating. Personally, my parents are not great at communicating that.
Oh, I have communication issues with my parents all
Yeah.
the time. This is so normal.
But like, semakin berumur, bila I semakin berumur ni, I faham macam that's just how they are raised satu. Second, macam that's just how they show it. That's the best way they can show
Care,
that I
yeah.
care about you and I just don't want you to make these mistakes.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but it is also your responsibility untuk make sure that they can trust you. You know, maybe if you talk to your parents, okay, I'm not giving a professional advice, ni advice kawan-kawan ni saya sebagai kawan awak cakap, okay, apa kata you just explain it to them, show them how much you want it. Tunjuklah macam I dah tengok, I look this up, I think I can do it. How are you going to do it? You gotta explain it to them to make them understand, because that's just how it is. If kalau tak, as a bad example, I just do it and then I'll figure it out later.
Faham? I sebenarnya dalam otak I itu advice yang I bagi tahu. Is membuktikan betapa banyak you passionate pasal benda ni.
Yeah.
Dan kenapa you rasa benda ni akan jadi something yang you memang patut buat in your life, and hopefully diorang akan nampak.
Yeah, hopefully diorang akan nampak.
Yeah.
And sometimes parents they need time to understand sebab they're not raised in our time. Lain. Sekarang kalau dulu cakap nak jadi animator ke, nak jadi pelukis ke, macam apa? There's no money. But now, you know, parents are sending their kids to art class, coding.
Kena pergi jadi gamer sebab gamer semua sekarang dah macam top everywhere.
Kaya tu gamer, but that's the thing. Sometimes you just need to take your time to explain and to make them really understand where you're coming from. And if they don't, it's okay. Just proceed. And maybe when they see how well you're doing or how passionate you are, they might just macam, okay.
Or try to find a compromise. If it's something that you're really passionate about, but you also really tak nak langgar apa yang your parents cakap, find a way to see if you can do both.
Yeah, find a compromise. Nego.
Kena pandai nego.
So
sekarang kita nak masuk dekat rapid fire, which is one of my favourite segments. Dia paling ridiculous dan paling fun. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dia sebenarnya tak seberapa rapid lah.
Okay.
Depends lah. Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Runway or photoshoot?
Photoshoot.
Beach or city?
Beach.
Favourite genre of film series to watch?
Comedy, sitcom.
Okay. Your inspiration / favourite model in the world?
I'm gonna say Kate Moss because for the longest time she was my motivation to get to how far I am right now.
Okay. Favourite thing to do on your off day?
Sleep. Sleep because I'm Sleepylllama.
Because you're Sleepylllama. This is a stupid question.
Sleep.
The next one's favourite animal?
Llama.
Of course lah. Okay. If you hanya boleh pilih satu je meal yang you can have for the rest of your life, which would it be?
Curry puff. Oh, meal bukan kuih
Meal, babe, bukan kuih.
No, I can live off curry puff je.
Dude, I'm a chicken nugget girl. Like, I get you. Itu chicken
No,
drumstick
now
habis,
it's a
tapi
nugget.
Now it's a nugget. Yes! I'm a chicken nugget girl.
I memang curry puff is life.
I know, I get
It's
you.
like kawan I yang betul-betul kenal I memang tahu curry puff is
Lah, kenapa tak bagi tahu awal? Kita dah siapkan
tak apalah, susah-susah je, tak apa.
Next time. Next time kita lepak, kita curry puff together.
Yeah, curry puff and nuggies.
Yes, I love it.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is, so kalau you masuk dalam pertandingan,
Okay.
and there's a lot of money on the line.
Okay.
And there's one question tapi you tak pasti macam mana nak jawab. Who would you call to help you answer this question?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who do I call?
Good question.
That is a good question. I don't even know if I have anyone. I don't know if I have anyone I can rely on enough for a lifeline.
Yourself.
Yeah.
You
Can
just delulu.
I delulu. I text myself.
Delulu all the way.
You know what? I'm not gonna spend my lifeline on anyone. I'm just gonna try and answer it.
Okay, I love that. I love that. I would be busy panicking like macam who, which one. So, but I always have problems, and I'm the type of person that I need my people around me to like help me settle my problems. It's such a Libra thing.
It is a Libra thing.
Sangat.
My god.
Anyways, my last and most favorite rapid fire joke, which is tak pernah rapid. Favorite joke.
Favorite joke. I have so many. Tapi what I can think of right now. Please lah, kelakar. Okay. Ikan apa yang tak ada mata, tak ada kepala, tak ada ekor? Ikan apa? Tak ada mata, tak ada kepala, tak ada ekor. Apa nama ikan tu?
Ikan no power center.
Tak.
Bukan
Bukan. Habis tu berbola ikan. Fishball. Because it's a fishball.
You sama though. I love it.
Because it's a fishball.
Tapi ikan no power center not bad juga.
Kan?
Kan?
Actually not bad.
Sebenarnya.
Okay, wait. I have another one.
Okay, go.
Okay, ulat bulu.
Uh-uh.
Kalau dia nak lalu, dia cakap apa?
I don't know.
Caterpillar. Sebab caterpillar.
It's so good.
Caterpillar.
Saya pernah dengar yang tu. Forgot it. I'm like, it's so good. Kali kedua pun it's so good. I love it.
I have too many.
Nanti lagi tak stop.
Oh, ada?
Sambung
Okay.
lah. Wait, I tak pernah jumpa orang yang macam Oh, I love it.
Okay. What do you call a factory that makes okay things?
Satisfactory. Okay, sekejap.
Okay.
Okay, I ada stock juga.
Okay.
And the reason I'm so excited about this is because I jumpa semua stock lama I.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
What is a llama's favorite drink?
What is a llama's favorite drink? I don't know.
You're not ready for it. Lemonade. It's so good.
That's so good.
I have two more.
Okay.
What did the llama get when he graduated?
Diploma?
A diploma. Ni semua stock yang I simpan untuk you.
That's so cute.
Right?
Oh my god, I'm gonna use that from now
you
on.
You have to, please. These are your jokes, babe.
Oh my
You
god.
have diploma.
I have a diploma.
You have a diploma. One more. Why did the llama win the rap battle?
The rap battle?
The rap battle.
Because he could spit fire bars.
Because he was good at spitting.
That's so true.
Did you?
I love that so much.
I stock lama jokes. Lepas ni
I
Aisyah
love
tak boleh nak borak dengan siapa-siapa yang suka lama because
Oh my
it's all
god.
gone.
I love that so much.
Yeah. Diploma. Lemonade.
I'm gonna use that next time.
But please, they're for you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Diploma.
Diploma.
That sounds so
It's
cute.
So bad.
It's so bad and so cute.
It's so bad. Tapi it's very cute.
I love it.
A diploma. Yeah. Itulah dia.
We need to hang up more.
So anyways, on that note,
Yes.
kita dah sampai dekat ujung kita punya episod. Itu
Hey.
je. Dia rasa macam sekejap je dengan you, I think.
Kita lah rasa sekejap.
Mungkin. Diorang macam half dah tertidur, half dah macam terbalik kat lantai.
Sorry
tak
though,
apa.
guys.
Sorry, gang. Anyways, thank you so much sebab meluangkan masa bersama kita. And I guess the last thing from me is just if you want to say anything to orang kat luar sana yang selalu support you.
Thank you so much for watching. And semoga apa yang dikongsikan Nia hari ni dapat, I don't know, memberi sedikit motivasi atau sedikit dilulu keep being dilulu.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt to be dilulu. So, yeah. Dilulu.
So, gang, itu je dari kita. Tapi jangan lupa untuk stay dilulu.
Yes.
And thank you so much again, Nia. And kita akan berjumpa lagi in the next episode of Studio Sembang, which is going to happen next week, same time, same place, macam biasa. But for us, from now, we're going to say bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Good night.